1, 2,
Two,
3, go.
Woo! Yay! Good job.
Madeline was a surprise. We weren't expecting Madeline, and I was at that age where the doctors kind of keep a closer eye on you. They had seen something on the ultrasound that looked a little peculiar, and just asked that I go to a specialist to have it checked out. So I started seeing a specialist. Everything was really looking fine. Everything was growing as it should. It gave me no reason to do any other test, to see if there was any complications with her. Her heart was good, her lungs were good, all of her limbs were growing appropriately, as they should. And he actually dismissed me at around 6 months, when I was 6 months pregnant with her. Didn't need to see me again unless I had some problems.
As far as with complications, I mean, we didn't really know that she had Downs till the day she was born. Then they did mention that she did have a hole in her heart that was going to have to be surgically closed. So pretty much from the day she was born, we knew we were going to be faced with some complications.
We were in the hospital room, and they had handed her to me after I had her, and I didn't notice anything. And then the second time they brought her to me, I noticed. I could see the features. And then Dr. Loomis and his wife came in, and they just told me, they said, you know how you wish your children would never grow up? Well, you got your wish. And I'm thinking, that's not such a bad thing. But, at first, I guess I went through, my poor baby. What is my baby going to have to endure? It's going to be so hard for her. I don't want her to have a hard time making friends. I don't want her to have a hard time at school. So I just went through all this anguish, and I was just so upset because no one wants their children to have a hard time growing up, and it's hard enough as it is, and then this on top of it was just, how is she going to make it?
Really, our first 2 years until we had the heart surgery for her was probably the most difficult, as far as not knowing what to expect. But as far as after that and the way she recovered from it, and just everything that she's been doing has been great, especially through all of her activities that she was involved right from the beginning with TARC and with the daycare.
In her first picture when she was ambassador, and she was not able to sit up at a year old. We had a special seat for her that she could sit up. And the picture on the van shows where she was lying down because she wasn't able to sit up at the time. But slowly, with work, with the help of TARC, because I can't give them enough praise, that she was able to overcome what was an obstacle for her. And that's what they have done throughout her 6 years, is overcome all the obstacles.
All I had to do was make a phone call, and they were at the house. They were at the house. She was 2 weeks old, and it was like a panel of judges sitting on my sofa and in the living room, and just asking me questions about her and just trying to line up services for her. If they can't provide the service to you, then they will guide you to an agency that can provide services to you.
TARC helped in so many ways. I don't know if we have time to go into all the different ways. TARC just did an outstanding job teaching Maddie how to sign so she could communicate. She's not talking yet, other than, of course, no. She knows that, and she says a few things. But the signing really helped. That was probably one of the biggest things. And of course, socialization.
It's kind of helped her with not like running away all the time, and kind of provides the stuff that she needs to help her grow up.
But they help her to do her abilities and then they raise money for others like Maddie, and they're always there for her in any case that she might need them or that we might need them to watch her or anything. And we've bonded with all the TARC employees and everyone that's there, and they just helped her a bunch, more than we can imagine.
Not only do they assist the children, they educate the parents, and provides you with the resources. If TARC can't directly help you with your question or with they steer you in the direction, you'll never not know what to do.
People really need to consider helping TARC because we never know what's going to happen in our lives. We didn't know.
A close co-worker of mine told me something when I was in the hospital, and I think about it every day. I've thought about it every day since she told me, and I still think about it. 6 years later, I still think about it. She said, how you treat this is how others will treat this. So how I approach it is how everybody else will approach it. And that just opened my eyes, and I'm like, you're right. If I act like, this is the most wonderful thing in the world, then everybody else will. And it's true.